So this is a short video to tell you what to do if Molerats eat your Polyscias. This is a Polyscia. You might be able to see another one just about a meter that way, which is standing up nice and straight. This one has clearly had its roots eaten, and that has been by an animal called Ansell's molerat, which is a very localized endemic. It's a hideous little animal. I will put a picture up so you can see that. But what they do is they chew through the roots of a wide variety of different vegetables and plants, and so we are going to try and resurrect this Polyscia now that it's been damaged. We're just going to take the thinner branches like this, and we're just going to snip them off, and we're going to separate them from their entanglements. And we just do that with all the branches we can actually get our secateurs around. We can even cut the main stem back here. And then we will just disentangle it from this passion fruit. Actually, one of the main useful things of a Polyscia is they are a really great scaffolding plant. So then after we've done that, we're just going to strip the leaves off. Now that we've taken the bulk of the leaves off this main stem, which probably still has a couple of roots in the ground, it may recover if we keep it watered. It'll still be wonky, but I mean, if you can see the thicket around you, I'm not concerned about wonky. It will carry on providing support to vines, it'll carry on providing a bit of a windbreak to smaller, more tender plants around it until other plants have got a little bit larger, and that is really what I want it here for. And now we deal with this pup. So now that we have salvaged these two from our original Polyscia, we are going to make sure that that's down to one leaf, and actually we're going to break off most of that. So there's a little bit there just so it's still pulling in a bit of water. I don't know how important that is entirely. I mean, I'm probably going to chop this one in two anyway, and then we're going to do the same to this other smaller one. Just going to snip it off, snip it, pull it, same thing, and then we just take any bottle, really. I prefer to use glass because these are often light. If it's plastic, it's going to fall apart. If it's glass, you can use it again and again. Clear is nice because then you can, and I'm going to cover the label there so you don't know that it's a Savannah bottle, which it is. Not my drinking. And then we just pop it in the bottle, and then we just leave it. Okay, and after about 2 to 3 weeks, we're going to go back, and I will show you one I've done earlier. We're expecting to see just little shoots like this. I'm hoping you can see that there. Let me bring that a bit closer for you. So you see you've got roots just springing out there, and then we know this is ready for planting. You don't want to leave it too long once it gets like this. Some of the other plants with much less brittle roots you can, but they tend to break quite easily coming out of the bottle if they're larger, so it's quite good to plant them when they're like this. We're just going to pop that into a bag of wet soil. Just make a little hole with 2 fingers. They're fairly reliable, and just cover that over. And then we could put it straight in the soil bag, and in fact during the rainy season I would shove large canes straight in the ground. No real problem. The only problem with that is I'm not expecting rain for about 6 months, and if they are straight in the soil they need watering more regularly than they've already got if they've already got a bit of root. So I should only have to water this 1 or 2 times a week, maybe a bit more, because I'm keeping it in a fairly shady spot. There's 2 layers of tree above me right here, so it should be fine here. Okay, because this is a fairly large piece, we are actually going to cut this in 2. So just going to cut it there. The important part is to remember which way up it is. Now, a friend of mine who has passed away used to suggest you cut an angle of the part that's going to be in the ground. So you just make sure it's flat on top, and then take your secateurs, sorry, mine have lost their spring, and cut a nice little angle in the bottom. That also opens up more surface for water absorption. I don't know if it makes a difference, but Polyscias will tolerate it whichever way you do it. Don't worry. And then we're just going to pop that in another bottle if it will fit. Which it does, with some force. That's not ideal. That size, I'm not convinced will root in a bottle. Wider neck bottle, maybe. A little bit of scraping won't kill it, it's just the getting it out with the roots is going to be challenging, and there's not going to be much oxygen getting in there. This top part in the bottle, presto, done. Ignore it for 2 weeks. I'm just going to pop this down, forget about it really, until, yeah, mid-May.